uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom!
Well, hello there, humans. Today we're going to be talking about learning to play PUBG Mobile better, how to improve your game, because trust me, there is always room for you to improve. We're going to talk about PUBG Mobile tactics to win. I'm going to give you some guidance on basically how to be a better player overall and how you can learn things as you play, how you have to have the right kind of mindset to get things done. Basically, a little bit of PUBG Mobile coaching to help you learn to play PUBG Mobile better. Let's kick this off. Today I'm playing solo squads on Asia. This is like Ace something, Dominator something, who freaking knows. And the background for this is I really want to give a hat tip to a couple of things I've done since I went away on holidays. I skipped about 3 weeks worth of gameplay, didn't even pick up the device, never shot a M416 in anger, and I came back and I was incredibly rusty. I also, in a fit of anger and peak, reset all my sensitivity settings. So yeah, I wasn't doing great. And I went to something that I've done in the past, which I've talked about as being a huge positive for your gameplay, and that is to play solos. One of the things that's probably missing if you're not having success in squads, especially in squads, is patience and reading the game correctly. Your loadouts might be shit. You might be having an over-reliance on teammates getting you back up and winning gunfights for you. You really have to be tactically sound to win a solos match on Asia. You can't just sweat it out all the time. You are going to run into, and I can't tell you how many times I've been killed by DBSs in the top 3 of an Asia solos match, or how many times I have been sure that there could not possibly be anyone behind me in the circle and died in an Asia solos match. It makes you think about every single action. It gives every action intent. For instance, there's a bot coming here. I'm going to make sure I kill the bot in a bot fashion while not taking damage to my vest. It's pretty simple, right? 1, hear me taking time. Kind of a staccato tap out. Simple stuff, right? And if they're watching the kill feed, they might put 2 and 2 together and see that I've got a skin, but not everyone's doing that. And these guys are in a gunfight for their lives. There's 2 squads, one on either side of the road. The thing here is I'm running a loadout that I'm really comfortable with. I run the AKM because it's an ADS 7.62 weapon that has incredibly big alpha damage. Your limb shots are 33.9. If you're a DBS guy, run the DBS. The DBS is incredibly powerful late game in the kinds of situations you often find yourself in where you're just holding a compound, right? In squads, it's brilliant, but this is my loadout. And the Mini 14 is awesome. It's probably the best weapon in the game for doing what I'm about to do here, which is trying to hold people out, where just big, solid chunks of damage is what you're after. Now, both those squads, I took the wheels out of all the cars around them. That's a smart thing to do. Never hurts to take wheels out if you're not afraid of giving away your position. And I'm just like a shark patrolling the edges of the blue here, looking for the school of tuna to come rolling in. And hello! There he is. This is easy dubs. This is how you should be doing it. This is the way you should be playing when you are trying to win. It's really important that you understand that doing it easier is better, especially for people like you and me, the standard player who has to graft a win out, not the kind of player who is going to just 1v4 people all the time because they've got mad skills. This is about a graft. And then we've got the Mini 14, which is great for this. Absolutely brilliant. He's in the blue. 1 headshot will do it. There we go. Now we're looking for the next target. And I know that the other team doesn't have a car. I've taken all the cars out. There's no wheels. Those guys are on a bike. I'm going to come up here and rule number 1 of playing solos, and rule number 1 when you are solo squatting, and a rule that you should always be following when you are even in a squad, is ensuring that your vehicle is safe before you get involved in the fight, especially when you're fighting in the blue. And I'm going to be lying down here in just a second, watching for the grubs to come in right and left. Now, if I was in a squad, I wouldn't be doing this, quite obviously, because everyone would be like, you are kidding yourself. Unless you're going for Conqueror or something, it's pointless. And these guys are just drinking huge, big doses of the blue. And this is where the mini is so effective. And when you want to really play well, the mini it's a good switch weapon, surprisingly so, for a tap-fire DMR. And its velocity and its accuracy and its lack of recoil, and the fact that every grub in the world is running a 5.56 AR in their loadout, means you're always pretty okay in keeping it up in terms of ammo. Then we're going to talk a little bit about this rotation that I've made here. It is sweaty, right? And we're coming out of the blue, but the blue doesn't really start to hurt till much, much later in the game. I've seen a lot of squads die because they try to rotate too early from a bad position. I'm someone who traditionally loots an awful lot of meds. It's a bit of a running joke when I play with people, patrons and friends, that, you know, do you need any meds? Bushka's got your meds. So drinking a little bit of blue to improve your position and win the game, I think is a pretty good idea. Now, you've heard that flare go up. This is a sweaty gameplay, but it's sweaty in a way that I'm manufacturing kills out of my sweat. I'm not just sweating to lie down in the field, not move, and come forth with 3 frags, 2 of them being bots. Car care, anyone? Always parking your car where it's difficult for people to get shots at it. I usually park it in the corner here, but that hill above us gives people an angle down into that corner, so I actually park it hard up against the other edge of the garage. Now, we're outside the circle here. The doctrine for this kind of gameplay is never really to park outside the circle unless you have intent. Now, my intent here is to get the guy who's dropped the flare up. But there's also another reason why I parked in this position here. It's because there's 23 people left. There's a high likelihood that people are going to be rotating out of apartments. It's probably the most dropped place consistently in all of PUBG Mobile. And that means that this is going to get contested. You can see there's someone moving a car along underneath. So I knew they were moving. I just thought I'd take a shot. Doesn't matter. I'm again set up to a third party, and I've moved hard up against this side of the compound, because if there's anyone above me, their elevation will allow them to see down into the well here where I am sitting right now. The other thing you have to understand is the meta in your particular area or server. Asia will always flank. They will do it even to the detriment of their eventual gameplay. They will constantly send people on wild missions where there's no support and no cover. Excuse me. So this is where you can see this loadout of mine really start to come into its own. The Mini 14 third partying means you've got a lot of very strong options when you're shooting people. And I've now pinched these guys effectively. And it's a very easy move for me to get out of. Look how good the Mini is. This is the best non-crate weapon in the game. I don't care. I'll fight you for it. Like, this is the best non-crate weapon in the game. The loadout I'm running now is not my favorite loadout. It's the loadout I win more with. And you need to find that for yourself. I'm horrible at spraying, and I could set up my sensitivities to make myself better at spraying, but I just don't enjoy it. My go is the Mini. There's 2 people up there. I am playing against people who are running bolt action sniper rifles, and I'm still absolutely quick peeking and hammering them. Now, don't get too tied in. There will always be someone coming on the flank. You've got to keep watching for that. They'll ignore you till the cows come home to make a flank. Like, they will just expect the flank to bamboozle you every time. And if you're careful with it, you can oh, there he is. This is mate. Get the knock on him, and the Mini is just doing the absolutely best work available. There's still this bloke here. Got to be very, very careful, very, very cautious. Get down, get down. Look at the circle. The circle's coming. They don't have a lot of options. They've got to now rotate in front of my position. And this is where you've got to be good at spotting the next move, because this is truly such an excellent place, and yet no one's been able to push me. Everyone's locked each other inside their own cocoon of hell and high water. And you need to be doing this with your gameplay. You need to make much better decisions in terms of where your next move is going to be. And I actually love this for me. We've picked up so many clears just from running the edges of this engagement. Don't get greedy too. There's a guy up there. I might be able to take him. I'm just going to leave him alone. I've got 9 kills. There's 12 people left. I've come all the way from Severny. I played it smart. And I'm going to have 2k plus damage in the game. So we make a huge rotation right through the middle of the map. And then we try and find a place that, again, is on the edge of the circle. The best kind of compound for you if you're in a solo situation is one that you can defend and get shots out from. There isn't always one available. You sometimes have to take just whatever's on the market. But you'll see I'm also proactive in pushing people away from my compound. This late in the game, I'm an ADS player. I have an ADS weapon. The AK is not going to kill it in hipfire. I'm constantly moving my car. My vehicle is my lifeline. And that means I'm going to have to clear these guys over here who have a shot at my car. They're my priority. Here we are. Mini 14 again. Doing good things. Where is he? 1, 2. Now he's a knock. There's other people definitely around there where we bring up kill number 10. If you want to improve your gameplay, this is where you have to go. The next level for you is tactical. Your gun skills, if you're an older player particularly, once you get 30 plus, your gun skills, you can get them to a level where it works. But I'm 51. Like, this is never going to get any better than this. This is as good as I am ever going to be. I'm worse than I was 4 years ago in terms of aiming and spraying, but I'm still able to snipe and I'm still able to use the mini effectively, and I can outthink a lot of the people that I'm playing against. One of the reasons for that is I'm solo. I'm agile. I am able to move quickly. You want to get this kind of speed into your gameplay when you're playing in squads. The best squads are so quick, and they take those wide angles. I was talking about this with Dingaling. It's not just that you take the wide angle that is the problem. It's that you do it in a squad that doesn't have the connectivity and the connecting tissue that make it possible to do these things, to cover each other. A lot of squads try to copy the best players in the game in the wrong way. The best players in the game make good decisions. You can't take the decisions they've made and put them into your gameplay regardless of where you are in the game. It's just crazy. All these players should have been fighting for a compound. There gets to a point in the game where you need to contest a compound. If you don't contest the compound, you're going to end up dead. Mini 14 again, best non-crate weapon in PUBG Mobile. Changed my mind. Like this gun is absolutely ludicrous in terms of what it can accomplish. I'm going to let you hear the audio from the end of this game because it is heartbreaking. It is incredibly heartbreaking. This was all mine to win. I'm going to push the compound just above me, just north of me, outside Pachinki. I also keep plenty of band-aids on hand. You want to have band-aids and petrol to rotate if you are running solos, and you want to get that into your gameplay. We're going to clear this guy. He dropped. He wasn't an FPP when he dropped, so his first shots went straight down into the ground. I hear a grenade being launched. And it's around about now that my wife starts talking to me from downstairs. I'm like, okay, he's not in there. He must be across the way. And she's asking me... I can't do this. I take one of my earphones off with my hand. Yeah, just about here. One. Yeah, just one. Oh, and then, okay. Do you see how I couldn't steer my gun? It's because I was holding the iPad with the left hand up, and it was a nightmare. That was ridiculous. That was the worst way to lose a game. But I think it was a really good showcase of the things that I have actually been working on in solos. And I think if you put a little bit more thought into your gameplay, you're going to come away a winner as well. I'm Bushka. Thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Stay safe on the battlefield. And bye for now.